Hi, my name is Nigel Richards and I want to tell you about the highly beneficial effect on my IT career of the ideas of Ayn Rand, author of Atlas Shrugged, which was voted the second most influential book in America. Fresh out of university 30 years ago, I started work in the head office of a large furniture and electrical retailer, and while I was glad to have the job, I was not exactly enthusiastic about working for a business. My education had formed in me quite left-wing views and quite anti-business views. But then I read Atlas Shrugged. I was inspired by its great business heroes, seriously shaken in my beliefs by the money speech, and deeply impressed by so rational a philosophy of life that it completely put to shame the philosophy I'd been reading at university. The result was that I began to see an honest business as a noble undertaking. I found in Ayn Rand's writings the antidote to the many anti-business ideas I'd absorbed, and my motivation at work increased as a result. Atlas Shrugged also taught me the great value of leading a principled life. The book made very clear to me that the 7 virtues of rationality, productiveness, pride, independence of thinking, integrity, honesty, and justice are powerful tools for achieving success and happiness, both at home and at work. I can well understand why these 7 virtues have been adopted as the guiding principles of the award-winning bank BB&T, one of the top 10 financial holding companies in the United States, with assets of $165 billion and more than 30,000 employees. Seeing the crucial importance of these virtues to my life and happiness, I was determined to live by them, to build them into my character. And it wasn't long before I started to feel that in breaching one of these principles, I was letting myself down very badly. For example, seeing productiveness as a great virtue made me feel that it was imperative that I work hard at my job, that I maintain full focus at work, and that I put in long hours if necessary to meet deadlines. Another example related to the 2 virtues of rationality and integrity. During my teenage years, I'd acquired a phobia of speaking to groups, even to small groups, as small as 3 or 4. And I was badly afflicted. My voice would shake, my heart would pound in my chest, and my brain would freeze. Now, the easy approach would have been to avoid all public speaking, but I knew that rationality and integrity demanded of me that I face the facts, solve the problem and overcome the fear. So I enrolled in public speaking courses and then took a position as IT instructor at Westpac. I was still petrified when I stood up in front of the class on the first day, but I managed to control my fear and gradually to overcome it. Not only that, but judging by the course evaluations completed by the students and by other trainers, I became very good at training. It was around this time also that I learnt the virtue of modesty. The principle of integrity also motivated me to always honour my commitments, which was greatly appreciated both by my managers and my staff. Other virtues that I found really useful during my career have been honesty, justice, and independence of thinking. Honesty and justice were crucial in dealing with my staff and gaining their trust. I was very conscious of the need to conduct fair and objective performance appraisals, to take account of all the evidence, to tell it like it was, and to reward good performance. And finally, independence of thinking. I developed the habit of always questioning conventional wisdom to make sure that it did in fact make sense, and of looking for innovative ways of doing my work. So in summary, Atlas Shrugged showed me how to be proud of the profit motive. It also inspired me to live my life by a very useful set of principles. Over the last 3 decades, I've been immersed in the work cultures of 11 large companies, and I'm convinced that were the employees of these companies to live their lives by these 7 virtues, they would become, just as I did, far more productive, far more committed to their careers and to their employers, and far more innovative.